Russian troops have been deployed to an airbase in Niger, where American troops are located, top U.S. officials say. The move is seen as adding pressure to the U.S. as it negotiates withdrawing its forces from the country, following an expulsion order by its military junta. The U.S. has been operating 2 drone bases in Niger, aimed at countering Islamic insurgents in the region. Washington has denounced last year's coup. In turn, junta leaders have turned to Russia for assistance. Niger is in Africa's Sahel region, which is considered the new global epicenter of the Islamic State group. The U.S. has relied on Niger as its primary base for monitoring regional jihadist activity. The Russians deployed to Airbase 101 at Niger's international airport in the capital, Niamey, are said to be military trainers. They are said to be occupying a wing close to a contingent of U.S. troops. According to the Reuters news agency, officials in Niger told the U.S. that around 60 Russian troops were in the country. Relations between the U.S. and Russia have been deteriorating sharply since President Vladimir Putin launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, with the U.S. leading Western efforts to supply weapons to the Ukrainians. However, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has played down any risk to the American troops. The Russians are in a separate compound and don't have access to U.S. forces or access to our equipment, Mr. Austin told journalists in Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm always focused on the safety and protection of our troops. But right now, I don't see a significant issue here in terms of our force protection, the Defense Secretary added. Most of the U.S. troops in Niger are said to be at a drone base in the central city of Agadez, some 750 km, 460 miles northeast of Niamey. It is unclear how many American troops remain at Airbase 101. In March, Niger ordered all U.S. troops to leave the country. Military spokesperson Col Amadou Abdramane accused the U.S. of raising objections about the allies that Niger had chosen. The head of the U.S. Africa Command has told the BBC the U.S. is keen to remain engaged with Niger, as well as Chad. Gen. Michael Langley said that violent extremist organizations were the biggest threat to Africa's stability. On Wednesday, dozens of troops pulled out of Chad after the country's military leaders raised concerns over their presence ahead of the 6th of May elections. Several other military-led countries in the Sahel region have also recently strengthened ties with Russia and cut them with France, the former colonial power, as they try to fight an Islamist insurgency in the region. Gen. Langley said that the ultimate goal of the U.S. was to continue a dialogue with those countries that have been taken over by juntas to get the juntas on a roadmap back to democracy. Last year, Niger and Burkina Faso both announced they were following Mali in withdrawing from the G5 international force set up to fight Islamists in the region. The 3 military-run countries have instead set up their own grouping, the Alliance of Sahel States. Kindly like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.